dear learners. How are you all? I hope you all are going very good. Today, we are back here with a new session, and the chapter is chapter number 4, that is about animals feeding habits. So, students, as we all are aware about the fact that we all need food to live, to grow, to survive, right? Even the animals, or we can say every living life, right? Whether it is a plant, animal, or human being, everyone needs food to grow, right? But if we talk about especially animals, so animals have what? Special features or some adaptive features through which they eat their food. Now, why? Because every animal does not feed on the same type of food. Okay, they have different feeding habits, they have different eating foods. So, now let's discuss about the all different feeding habits of the various organisms around us. Okay, let's start it. So, first of all, student, what they have given you, we have the learning objectives. That means in this chapter, we are going to cover the need of food for animals. That why does the animals need food? Secondly, we are going to learn about the food habits. Okay. Then there are some other ways of eating also the animals, which we will discuss. And then we will discuss about the domestic animals need care. Okay, that means the animals which are domestic, they need care. Why? That we will discuss over here. See, so first of all, student, they have given you an activity to do in which they have asked you to match the animals with their favorite food. Okay, so they have given you some animals and some food. You have to match all those animals with their favorite food. So first of all, if we talk about what? This tiger. So tiger loves to eat the other animals. And then what does it like is, this is deer. Okay. Secondly, what we have? Elephant. Elephant loves to eat what? Sugarcane. So we'll match it with sugarcane. Okay. Then this is rabbit, which loves to eat what? Carrot. So we will match it with it. Carrot. And the last we have dog, which loves to eat these bones. So we will match it with this bone. So this is how we have matched all the animals with their favorite food. See, so like us, animals also need food to live and grow. The animals can't make food by themselves, so they depend on plants and other animals. So this is a very major fact which we all must know is that the animals, including the human beings, are not able to prepare their own food just like plants. Okay. And therefore, all the animals are dependent on the plants or the other animals for their food. Now, first of all, animals need food to grow. So, why does animal need food? To grow. See, so animals need food for their growth. This I told you. And this process of getting food is known as nutrition process. If newborn puppies are not given food on regular interval, they will not grow into healthy dogs. And food provides them energy to carry out all their body functions. Very important. Just an example they have given you. If the newborn puppy is the baby of dog, right? So if newborn puppies are not given food on a regular interval, so they will not grow properly and they will not develop into healthy dogs. So what does we understand from this example? That the food provides the energy to every living organism to carry out all their body function and also to grow. Okay. Now, next, animals need food for energy also. That means the different activities which we carry out in a particular day, for all those activities, we need energy. And this energy we derive from the food. Okay? See, the animals like elephant, horse, donkey, ox, camel, all these are the animals which do a lot of work. And for that work, they need what? Energy. And from where they will get energy? From the food. Okay? Now, the people who keep domestic animals feed them at regular intervals. And if they do not get sufficient food, they may become weak and die. Very important. That means the people who keep these domestic animals, who domesticate these animals, or they tame these animals, what to do? For which reason? To carry out the different functions or the work from these animals. Okay, so for that they have to feed them also. Okay, these animals are needed to be feeded also by the people at regular interval. Okay, so now why do they require this food? Because if we do not provide them with these sufficient food, they will become weak and they will die. Also, they will not carry out all those work which you want to do them. Next is what that animals need for protection from different diseases also. Okay, next requirement or the next need of food is that it uh, provides what? It provides protection also to the animals from different diseases. Okay, so like human beings, okay, like human beings, animals also suffer from the different diseases. Okay, and to fight against all these diseases, these animals also require what? The food. Okay, so good nutrition provides immunity to them. What they're saying? So for that, what does happen? That animals need food to get protection against from the diseases, and therefore they feed on food so that they get proper and good nutrition, and they get immunity also against all the diseases. Next, we come to what? Food habits. So students, as I told you that different animals eat different food. Now, eating habits, that means which animal eat which particular type of food, this phenomena depends on the shape of the mouth and also the jaws of the animals. And depending upon these two factors, animals are categorized into following types. That is herbivores, carnivores, and the omnivores. So first of all, we have herbivores. What are the herbivores? The animals which eat only the green plants and their products. Like if they eat grass, leaf, or the other parts of the plant, such animals are called herbivores. Okay. Example, cow, horse, elephant, goat, etc. All these are herbivores. Now, what special features do the herbivores have? So first of all, they have strong and flat grinding teeth in the rear part of their jaw. This is the jaw part, and the herbivores have which type of very strong, flat grinding teeth in the rear part of their jaw. And such type of teeth only help the herbivores to chew the food easily. Okay. Along with that, they have sharp and broad front teeth also, so that they can easily bite the leaves, grass, or etc. See, animals like cow and buffalo. See, cow and buffalo both are herbivores only. Okay, so these animals, what they do, they firstly swallow the food, okay, without chewing. So the food which they eat, they first of all wholly swallow it without chewing it. And after some time, when they are just relaxing, okay, when they do not have something to eat, what they do, they bring back that food from their stomach into their mouth. And then they chew it very properly while sitting idle. Okay. So after some time, they bring the food back into the mouth from their stomach and then they begin to chew. This process is known as chewing the cud. So actually the food, the swallowed food, which they have initially wholly swallowed it without chewing it, that is known as cud. Why? Because they just bring that cud only back into their mouth from the stomach and then they chew it properly. This process or the phenomena is known as chewing the cud. Now, animals like rat, rabbit, squirrel, all these animals, what they have a pair of sharp and long front teeth also. What they have? They have a pair of sharp and long front teeth where in both, that is the upper and the lower, in both the jaws. Okay. And also they eat what? They eat plants or plant parts, right? Which are hard. And such type of teeth only help these animals to bite the fruit and the seeds also. And this food eating process is known as gnawing. Okay. Now see, cow have no upper front teeth. There is a thick pad of skin in place of teeth. Very interesting fact to know that the cows do not have the upper front teeth. In the upper jaw, the front teeth are not present in the cow's mouth. Instead of that, what they have? They have a thick pad of skin in place of those front teeth in the upper jaw. Okay. Now, next we have carnivores. What are carnivores? Carnivores are the animals which eat the flesh or the meat of other animals only. Okay, they do not eat anything else. They eat the flesh or the meat of other animals. They hunt them or they kill them and then they eat their flesh. Such type of animals are called carnivores. Example, lion, tiger, leopard, wolves, etc. Okay, these all are carnivores. Why? Because they eat the flesh of other animals. Now, what special mouth structure do they have to eat the flesh of other animals? So they have long pointed teeth. Their teeth are long and pointed, which are called canines. And through these canines only, they tear the flesh. Okay. Along with that, they have strong grinding teeth also, which are called molars. And through these molars, what they do? They chew the bones and flesh. Now, among such animals, some are there which feed on the flesh of already dead animals. Okay, means what? They do not hunt the animals which are already died. They eat the flesh of other animals also. Such type of animals are also there among this category of carnivores. Okay, and these specific animals are called scavengers, which eat the flesh of dead animals. Okay. Example, hyenas, vultures, jackals, all these are scavengers. Whereas tiger and lion are carnivores. Why? Because they do not eat the flesh of dead animal, they hunt themselves and then they eat the flesh. Okay? Now, see, snake and frog. If we talk about snake and frog, what they have? They do not have chewing teeth. Okay, so what they do? They just swallow their food as a whole inside their body. Okay, you can see this is lion, hyena, vulture, different carnivorous and scavengers. Next, we have the third category, which is omnivores. Omnivores are the animals which can eat both, that is, plant and the flesh of other animals also. Such type of animals are called what? Omnivores. Example, human beings. And there are some animals also like bear, dog, cat. These are the animals which can eat plant also as well as flesh of other animals also. And therefore we call them what? Omnivores. Now, what type of teeth do they have? They have very sharp front teeth. Front teeth are very sharp so that easily they can tear the flesh or to bite into the food. And then if we talk about grinding teeth, which are in the back, they are very flat to chew the food. Okay. Now next the topic which we have is the other ways of eating. So first of all, we have about swallowing. So there are some animal students, that is like snake and frog. We have discussed earlier also that these animals do not have teeth in their mouth, and instead what they do, they just directly swallow their food as a whole in their body. Okay. Snakes have what? Special jaws. They have special jaws which help their mouth to open as wide as they want, and then they can easily swallow their prey as a whole. You can see this is frog. Okay, and this is one snake. Next way of eating is suction. What is it? So there are insects, some insects which we have like mosquito, butterfly, honeybee, leeches. All these insects have the ability to suck the food. Means what? They do not eat, they do not swallow, they just suck their liquid food. Okay? They have long and pointed sucking tubes inside their mouth. You can see this is the butterfly which is sucking nectar, and this is the honeybee which is sucking nectar from the flower. Leech. What is leech? Leech is a blood sucking animal only. Okay, it does not suck the nectar. Instead, it sucks the blood from the other animal's body. Okay, it sucks the blood from the body of the victim until and unless its stomach is full. Okay, next is what? Elephant. So elephant also suck water and uproot the grass and tear off branches from the trees with the help of its trunk. You can see it is having a long trunk, right? And with the help of this trunk only, animals do a lot of work. They suck water, they uproot the grass, and they tear off the branches from the long trees also with the help of this trunk only. Okay, then it also uses its trunk to have a shower. Okay, next we have earthworms. These are earthworms. You can see earthworms dig the earth. What they do? They just dig out the earth and then turn itself upside down to have the food from the soil, like bits of dead plants and animals. Now, next, what we have is cats and dog. What they do, they are omnivores, but still they have an other ability of eating food, that is lapping. What does it mean? Cats and dog lap up milk or water with the help of their tongue. By using their tongue, what they do, they lap the all liquid food like milk and water. And this method of drinking liquid is called lapping. Next, we have lizards. So lizards also have long and sticky tongue. The tongue which they have is very long and sticky so that they can easily catch their prey. Okay. The next topic which we have is the domestic animals need care. So students, we know that there are some animals which are very useful to us, which are tamed by us, okay, for our company, for our pleasure, or for our help also. Such animals are called domestic animals. Example, cow, ox, camel, dog, etc. are all called what? Domestic animals. They are very useful to us, but they need care also. So what we should do, we should take good care of all these domestic animals and we should look after them. See, the what care we can provide to the domestic animals is, first of all, we should provide them healthy food. Okay, healthy food, water, we should provide them at proper interval. Then we should also provide them a good shelter. Okay, and that shelter should be cleaned and it should be mopped on a regular basis. Then the space which we have provided to these domestic animal, it should be hygienic, neat and clean. Why? Because if we live in an unhygienic space or the shelter, that then the animals or even the human beings also can become sick. Okay. So, and if the animals become sick, they should be given proper treatment also. If by keeping all the factors in concern, still the animals get sick, then the animals should be provided proper treatment. We should have pity on these domestic animals and we should be kind also to all of these animals because they help us in different activities. Next, we have the topic of food chain. So, what is food chain? See, what we have discussed throughout this chapter till now is that every living organism needs energy to live. Every living organism. Without energy, no one can survive. Okay. And this energy we get from their food. Okay. So first of all, the plants prepare their food, and the plants get energy from the sun, first of all, to prepare their food. Then some animals eat these plants, and then some animals eat the other animals also, right? So this is how a food chain is formed. Means the chain of eating and being eaten in living organism is called food chain. The chain in which an organism is eating and the other organism is being eaten by that animal, other animal. Such type of chain in which the food energy is being transferred to the other organism in a specific pattern, such type of chain is called food chain. And the very important thing is that every food chain in this universe begins with the primary energy source, that is the sun. Then the next link in the chain is green plants. Why? Because they are the only living organism which can make their own food with the help of a process known as photosynthesis. Okay. And therefore, these plants are also called autotrophs or the primary producers. Right? Okay. Example, they have given you grass. Then next, after the plants, next in the food chain comes is the organism which eat these autotrophs. Means the herbivores which eat only these plants. Okay, see, these are called herbivores or the primary consumers also we can call them. Example, deer. Deer is a herbivore because it eats the grass. Then the next link in the chain is an animal that eat these herbivores. Okay. And those are called as secondary consumers. Example, lion. Because lion eats the deer, which is a primary consumer. So this is how a food chain is formed. First of all, the plants have derived energy from the sun. Again, they have prepared their own food and they have stored that food in their body. So we can say the first is what? This grass. Then the energy has been transferred to those group of organisms which eat these autotrophs. That is what? This deer. That is the primary consumer. And then the next we have those animals which eat these herbivores. Okay, this is lion over here in this example, which is a kind of secondary consumer. So this is a kind of a basic, simple and small food chain in our nature, where a single organism is being eaten by the another and that another is being eaten by the next another animal. Okay. See, elephants have very sensitive tongue. We have discussed about the trunk and the uses of trunk by the animal. So elephants have very sensitive trunk. It has how much? 40,000 muscles. And this trunk is as flexible as a rubber. Then next, the animals which carry load for us. There are the animals which carry load for us. Like we have what? We have camel, elephant, okay, mule. So all these animals are known as beast of burden because they carry load for us. Okay. So this is how we have completed our chapter. We have discussed the various feeding habits of the animals, that what type of food they eat and how do they eat. Okay, I hope you must have understood them very carefully. Now let's meet in the next session and explore some new topics of science. Till then, keep going well and thanks to everyone.